Yo, 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 it's the boy 3CP, Third Coast Gaming, and CJ. We're back with the last season finale of the John Tyler season. Probably be back next week with some stuff. But I told y'all that I got a podcast I'm gonna start doing too. Just about stories of me, my life, and just everything that happens. Just funny stuff I can't share. Well, I don't really want to share on this podcast because we go way off the board with these stories that you really want to hear these stories. Um, and CJ has I didn't even tell him that. I think he probably seen the video when I was talking about it. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. That's probably so. Put it was I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. But we had Al 100 on here last week. We are supposed to have Eric Hansby, but I didn't get a chance to hold on, so I'll probably have him on the next week. And yeah, if you still haven't did it, get the app SeatGeek on your phone, download it, and use my code Third Coast Gaming for $20 off your first order. Use that code, and yeah, holla at your boy. I'm the best. Let's go. That's what I said in my intro. And speaking of all the best, shout out to everybody. All the teams that made the playoffs. JT season is going to be coming to an end, and we're going to talk about some stuff that you want to talk about. We're going to go ahead and talk about what everybody wants to really talk about, and that's what's going to happen around this season, next season, and all the changes and what people would. Just let me explain, and I get into it. But first off, I got another update. We can't call Gordon number 1 because she don't want to be on the show right now. But she could, I could, but YouTube, my turn. If people don't want to be on stuff, and you can actually do things like, oh, you can sue them and you can do all kind of stupid stuff. But she wouldn't do that. But I want to hear her mouth and hear her talk to me for about a bunch of time, 30, 40, 30 an hour of this, blah, 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 why you didn't do that, you ain't paying me. So I'm okay with that. We ain't much going on anyway right now with them, with her, and she's, uh, the people I told y'all about, everything is not, next year, we got a whole new season, a whole new set of women gonna be around probably. Oh, well, that's not probably, that's for sure. And we got a whole nother wild year. So January, we're gonna be looking out to be another wild season. And just be tuning in because it's gonna be. I'm trying to vlog this. I want to be recording these things. I can't record everything, you know. CJ already know some stuff that happened. But well, you got to go to some other websites if you for that stuff. That's some premium stuff. But what's been happening to me, man? I've been chilling, I've just been like doing my YouTube stuff, and I gotta start getting my YouTube views back and my videos, my Madden stuff. I gotta start getting that started going. I just haven't been in the mood to play the damn game because Madden is starting this. I hate it so much, but we know we love it and we hate it. It's a hate love relationship. The game actually isn't that bad to me, but it's starting to be. But it's like I be wanting to make the content wise. It's hard to make content to make good videos when you're doing something like that. Like you're saying, how the hell you can just cut the game on, record the shit, and put it on YouTube, right? No, well, it's not that easy because you want to find a game that's competitive. You don't want to sit up and a lot of upload. They don't want to upload me blowing somebody out or somebody blowing me out or this a dude running the same play over and over. So that's what happens when you go in. When I play this, the regular teams we call regs. Well, let's say if I play the Cowboys, somebody play with the Giants. Most of the dudes on there are not, the guys you probably play some 8-year-old. He just runs, run, play. So if you go on the Ultimate Team with all the guys who do YouTube like I do with all the professional players and the competitive players, they all migrated over there because that's where you can win money at from EA Sports, right? So that's where you get more that kind of stuff. But some people who I know really don't watch that kind of stuff, so it's kind of anyway. But there's a guy named there's a few guys, two dudes, two names, J Mail Flow, Jabata Mitch. I told y'all those two names. So we all know J Mail Flow. Where we all know the nigga's in jail and he's somewhere. So I had diss tracks and everything waiting for him, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. I couldn't. What the hell I'm saying? I couldn't release him because he ain't out. What that and then Travada, If y'all know, get on Facebook. He's probably one of the biggest entertainers in Facebook. Everybody copies his style. He tried to get flower with me, and I made a video about him, but we haven't played each other, and I really don't think he wants that smoke anyway. But yeah, that's what's going on with all this stuff, right? So with all that being said, we have some things to talk about with JT. And oh no, wait a minute, I got one more thing to say. I do have something to say. What was that? I had a point to make. It was a great point, and I thought about it, and I keep why the hell? I guess it was like, what's my point? Oh, the weird thing, the thing when about the people saying that's a word that it irritates me now. This the weirdo, everybody's a weirdo or something, and the weird. That's what I was gonna say. Bam! I told y'all a few weeks ago that there was this dude who made a song, and it was because I said somebody said I was weird or something. So this guy name is Will Martin. If you get him on Facebook, he's from Tyler. I'm pretty sure you seen him, CJ. I'm pretty sure everybody heard him. He got this song. It's like a Christian rap type song, but he really go hard, and it's called Weirdo. Cause he said back in the day, people said, "Oh, you a weirdo." He kind of weird. And he said he turned into an acronym. I forgot what he said was called, but yeah, the song I was like, he said, he just did his thing, and like, if I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be. That's what I'm gonna be. And like I guess it was because he was doing stuff like for like, for the Lord and all stuff. Like it's the dude has a real cool dude. I did a we DJ'd I DJ'd an event where he performed at like too long ago. Uh, with me and TB, and so yeah, he shout out to that guy Will Martin. I don't know what he's got going on. I'm gonna hit him up and make sure he hears this because I mentioned he's probably gonna be like, wow, thanks for that shout out and everything. But yeah, his name's Will Martin. Weirdo, and that's what comes to me. This weirdo, this weird thing. Everybody's talking about weird. Last year, when nobody saying nothing about nothing is weird. All these women and females, there's a lot of women, niggas, this young people. You weird. This is weird. Everything that normal is weird now. Why? That's like the stupidest thing I ever seen. Oh, you go to work and go home and chill. You weird. How is that weird? What is why everything like why you have to be retarded to be a normal person, right? Like it makes no sense. And I just hate. I see it on Facebook a lot. Everybody's putting. I be like, I just be want to slap the taste out of people's mouth to show like, you don't even know what weird is. You want something weird? Weird is if I came up here in this damn podcast or ran to, told CJ, he seen me here with some, with some, what, let's say I had some damn Daisy Dukes on with a suit jacket and some flip flops and a Kango hat. That would be weird. She be like, I know she be like, what the hell are you doing? And I said, hey, yeah, we're going to sensation. I'm going to sensation just like this. That would be weird. Not the normal stuff that people do. Like I said, the dude told the girl, I was weird because we've never had any conversation, but he said he roomed whatever the only time we roomed together was the little interaction I said he had when he came and got his PlayStation. That was the only time had we was in a room for more than 5 minutes, right? So I was like, what the hell? How? Like that's weird. That's some fruity stuff to me. And the girl, another female that I told this to, confirms that. And like, yeah, that's kind of it's kind of suspect. Why would a nigga talk about it like that? Through like, so I was like, I can't wait the next season, y'all. Next season is gonna be a great season. But anyway, man, let's talk about what happened to John Tyler. John Tyler lost the game 55-12, 55-14, or something like that to Fournier. The Jackrabbits, they was jackrabbiting all over the lines and whatever. What would their mascot look like? That's a funny name for like rabbits. I think rabbits are just not a team. That's not like a team, a mascot to put fear in your heart. Like, the lions are coming to town. The Lobos are coming. Even the Red Raiders, like, but the rabbits are coming. the raccoon. The raccoon. Oh yeah, the raccoons.
Hey, I was raised in the country.
Yeah, raccoons there. I done seen a few raccoons coming when I was in the apartments. I told y'all that story about girl number one, girl number two, when they was scared to get out the car because the raccoon was a big raccoon too. It was out in the parking lot in the apartment complex I used to stay in. Yeah, raccoon. The rabbits though, like I could never be scared of a rabbit. The rabbits. That's the that's the nicest name you can ever have for a team. The rat. Oh, I would love to see their mascot. Like that would be even funny if their mascot like a rabbit. Like
We took games just to see if
the Jack Rabbits. But with all that being said, what I want to talk about is what's going to go on, man. What has to change for this team to get better? What's going on? Why are they not like this? Why? And I just want to deep dive and investigate this and see some things that's going on. Now we're gonna we might say some stuff that might make you mad. Some of the people who have a relationship with the coaching staff you might be mad or you might say you're happy. You might be happy. But we do all know we know some room. I'm gonna say everything I'm gonna say here is allegedly when I talk about personal stuff, it's gonna be allegedly. But when I hear this from people who's inside the the staff, from staff members, I'm not gonna tell you my sources, but I know a lot of kids who played for Coach Holmes and the JT team and from Russ, all that, right? I've heard things from actual players. I've heard things, and I've heard things from players who have, from parents who have players on the team, and why things that like. So I know a lot of stuff that's been going on, right? But anyway, uh, this is the first. I'm gonna take this post right here. This guy says Tyler isn't any good. Neither school, private schools, families moving to Lindale, White House, Chapel Hill, Bullard, so they can get out of TISD. Just don't think two schools will ever match the talent of the Big 5 and 6A's of the Metroplex. So that's what one guy said. We just try to see what's going on with Ty Watts guy. Everybody, so this guy says it's because they all going to Chapel Hill, they all going to Lindale, they going to White House, they going whatever, right? That's what he says right there. So JT Fan 99 replies with this, says, well, no. JT ain't losing kids to Lindale, White House, Bullard, or Chapel Hill. If anything, JT is losing kids to the Metroplex. He's saying they're going to Dallas, right? Lee is probably losing students to those schools, but Lee should be able to be decent because Tyler has had a lot of growth in their zone. Regardless, talent isn't the issue. Keyword, talent isn't the issue. They had a roster this year with at least 5 kids with D1 offers. True. They went 6-4 last year and returned 97% of the starters this year. We know what the problem is. Hopefully, it gets resolved. Now, that in the one hand, what he says, uh, the problem. So, what is the problem? Now, JT Fan is the one who said, even all the stuff he said, I think he is when he said he has earned Coach Holmes has earned the right to turn things around. And we're going on 3-4 years now. Bad team. Well, you can count. Last year they did make the playoffs, right? That was the Eli Holt year where he got hurt and everything. Yeah, so kind of like you're like, okay, well they made the playoffs last year, so then you're like, well, dang. So he had a bad year. Maybe he can give him a few more years again. So I'm thinking, and people are like, well, no, they don't want that, and they don't want to have to go through that again because even though he made the playoffs that year, it was the quarterback who kind of built that team and made that team what they were, I believe. Because when you seen when Eli Holt came left out, they were just a whole different team when Eli. So a real true quarterback on the team is one thing is missing, right? So Eli Holt was like the glue that held that team together, and I believe they would have went further. They probably even would have beat Highland Park that year if they didn't lose him. And so that's one thing. Like, okay, but one guy can't just solve your whole problems. Right? I know that. Besides, unless you Duffy, who's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. If y'all know who Duffy is, that dude right there. Or Javard Hurd, they won a state that year, didn't they? After they beat JT in that championship game, yeah. Those two guys. You ain't those two guys. You can't put the team in your back unless you those two guys. I want to see those and Reggie McNeil. Got to put up Reggie McNeil, one of the greatest football players in high school I've ever seen in my life too. But with all that being said, JT, shout out to Eli Hope and his mom, Tish Taylor, because I just want her to send me a message in the inbox. That's all I want to do. I know CJ's gonna probably share it to her. Make sure she clip this. You know, you can clip messages now, CJ, on YouTube, so you can actually clip this little part and make sure she hears it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody got. Oh, I got a great message for this. Oh, dang. Okay, that's it. Oh, that's some other stuff. But so quarterback play. Quarterback play. A good quarterback keeps was the whole team that made the team to the playoffs. Now we know that. Now before that, we knew the coaches was playing their favorites. I know that allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly, but I've heard from players. Oh, Coach Holmes plays his favorite guys, the guys he likes, the guys who got the moms who look good, the moms, the fine mamas, and I wouldn't blame them because I seen some of y'all at the games, and y'all moms, stepmoms, whatever, grandmas, cousins, aunties. I just seen all y'all at the game. Me and CJ be peeping them, and a lot of y'all look absolutely great. As to say, so I was like, okay, dang, if I was a coach, I'm making all this money and I'm single, kind of. Yeah, I would be like, hey, let me see here. You know, you want your son to start. You know, you want to get on that starting lineup. You want to get that starting lineup. You want him to get that ball and run that ball down that field and hit that daggum head on the goal post. Just go give me a little dinner. Let's go out to Bubba's or something. Or, I'll say it tomorrow, anything. No, it's Monday. Yeah. But anyway, this is all it is. So no, I don't want Coach Holmes to come knock me out or something. But I think Coach Holmes probably enjoys the podcast. Actually, I just gotta believe. I believe he probably enjoys these podcasts. But anyway, that's what it's been heard. We've been hearing about that, and everybody's been hearing things about that. And I heard from coaching staff what happens, and this is what I'm telling you. This is what a coach told me. It was like a few weeks ago. This is when he said this is when the staff should have been fired, Coach Holmes or whatever. When it should have been let go. It's the year they lost to Highland Park in the playoffs. He told me that. He was like he should have got his pink slip after the Highland Park game. Y'all know what happened? They had the lead and they blew the lead and they lost, and that was a team that nobody really thought they was gonna make it that far. And one bad call, holding call, you can still. We seen the video. It really wasn't holding, and that kind of took away the almost could have been win, whatever. Because I think they would have won. I say this that JT would have won by a field goal. They would have came down there, drove the ball downfield, and won by a field goal, right? So he was telling me, I'm like, wow, that's kind of interesting because after that year, because the year before that was when they had the same thing that's going on now. Whole quarterback controversy. Cadillac was doing all right for a little bit, then he kind of fell off. Then Warren came in, did a little bit, and he fell off. Then went back and forth, and then they stuck with Cadillac the next year, and he just took off, right? So this year they tried this, but it just can't get it seen because I guess it's like offense. I said offensive scheme, yeah, and then we heard this. I seen this on the forum. Cujo for Life was saying it like. Well, some of the kids really, they just kind of, when they know they ain't going to the playoffs, or they ain't playing for nothing, they kind of just give up. And I can see that on the field a little bit. Some of the players just kind of giving up. And if you think about it, you can go all the way back to the Marshall game. A game that they lost pretty convincingly. And Marshall got absolutely dominated the next week against Longview. And so you're like, wow, maybe they really just haven't had that fire, that spark to just really play. Seemed like it. And so I wanted to go over with some things as I send this message right here quick because I sure do want this inbox that I'm looking at, y'all. That this don't she might be listening to the podcast. She might, and and I like. She looks like she's older than me too. I like older women too. And younger, but women who look good and a little bit older, yeah. If y'all listening, yeah, y'all know where I'm at. I don't see. You like older girls? You think you like milfs? You like grandma? Yeah.
Yeah. You think know what they want?
yeah. That's but I want to go over this right quick. So after 2011, with Coach Derek Rush, shout out to Coach Rush wherever he's at. You ever know where he's at? Where's he at now? I have no
I
idea.
forgot where he went after
Uh,
that.
Well, they was in 4A. Reason there was JT wasn't on 4A. Or wasn't they? Oh, that's because they didn't have no 6A at the time. Okay. Okay, yeah, they did have 4A. See, that's crazy how many A's that came through. So they went 12-2, a 7-0 district record, a DMA record of 4, state ranked 28, state division ranked 5. And I think I can get the schedule here. They ended up losing, like, I believe I'm looking at my phone's kind of, but I'm gonna cut this Wi-Fi. That's why. But I think this is the game they lost to Ding Geyer, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's okay, Wiley. This was the Wiley game. Oh yeah, was it? This was in Wiley, and they lost to the field goal and all that stuff, 20-16, and then that was Greg Ward's year when he was like a receiver, and yeah, I remember that, right? So Coach Holmes takes over. They go 13-2, 5-0 district, DMA ranked 1, state ranked 5, blah blah blah. But the schedule here was pretty interesting here. They lose to Lancaster in the second week of the game. They beat Lufkin home, and then they beat Legacy 21-0. They beat Horn. They beat whoever the ANDL is. I have no idea. I never heard it. Corsicana was. I forgot that. Dang, remember Corsicana was in the district. Lindale, Jacksonville, Nacogdoches, White House, which was I think that's Pat Mahomes' game. Watcher Hatchie. Put foot. Well, they put foot. They kind of put foot. It was 45-38. Yeah. Oh yeah, they put foot. Yeah, they was terrible. And then they lost. They went to Wiley, beat them, Frisco, Centino, and they lost to Geyer. Yep, 57-53. That was the game. The greatest game. One of the.
All you had to do was stop
Yeah.
that one time.
One play, they couldn't stop it. That was Greg Ward's. That was Greg Ward year. So that was the first year. You're like, okay, Coach Holmes got it going on, right? He had Greg Ward. He had talent. And then they go the second year. They go 7-4. From a 13-1 record, they go 7-4, and they go to the playoffs and they lose to MLHS Mansfield Legacy. Geo was that was Geo's first year, and remember that was the game they ran 3 plays. They literally ran 3 plays, and they couldn't stop those 3 plays. It was run with the quarterback. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I was there and I couldn't believe it. So they did that right. They go 7-4, and then they come back the next year, go 12-3. You can see like a trend. You can see what I'm getting to in a minute, to why people are kind of wanting to change. So this year they do that. They get the playoffs again. They lose to guess who? Alito, 44-14. You know what happened? That was Bryson game. I was there at that game. They couldn't stop another. He went 5 wide. He's gonna run the ball, and they ran like a crazy like defensive set where they would have a cornerback on one side, and he looked like he was playing the corner, but he would like play inside, and then the safety would come down and play the outside. It was weird how they was playing a defense, and I was impressed how they was playing it. It was crazy. So yeah, they lost to Alito. That was Bryson's year. Now that was his. I think that was his first year or something because he took off at the. Oh no. So then 13-2, 12-2. Wait a minute, I'm going for. Okay, so they got 11-4, 13-2, 7-4, 12-3, and then they go back again 2016, and guess what? 8-4. So you can see you got a trend here. They have a real good season, then they go kind of a 4-loss, 5-loss year, right? And they go 8-4 here. They lose the Longview the second game of the week, and they lose this is when they lost the lead, like got blown out 69-38. Yeah. And then they beat White House. Then they kind of took off. District wasn't that good anyway. And they lose to Lake Ridge, who had the greatest quarterback ever. Like I said, they played Lake Ridge. Man, this was this not the Duffy year. They lost to Mansfield Lake. That's the same Lake Reds that played with Duffy, right? Well, they played them too, but I don't think Duffy was there. I would remember that game. I was at every game, so he probably came the next year or something. Or maybe it was. No, maybe it was. Yeah, so I know Luck because Longview played them.
Because it was right around that when they played Mansfield Lake.
Yeah.
Right before, right after.
Oh yeah. So I put a sure. I want. Oh yeah, because I think Duffy did put a number on him. Yeah, so yeah, Duffy was that dude. Duffy was crazy. And guess what? 2016-17. Guess where they go? 11-2. 11-2. Like here's the trend again. A mediocre season, 11-4. Then they come off 11-2, 11-1, like a real takeoff season. They beat Lee this year. They actually beat Longview 38-24. And they lost to Klein Collins. I remember that game, 56-14. After beating Dallas Juiced 69-21. And that crazy Lufkin game, 50-49. Remember that game? Yeah. So we bring you back down to memory lane. I saw beat Rockwall. He 48-0 when they was hyping him up like that was the greatest thing ever. And so 11-2, and then guess what? Guess where they go again? 5-5. They go 5-5 in 2017, 2018, and they probably I don't even know what they. Yeah. They lost to Legacy the last game of the season. They didn't make the playoffs. They lost to Lee. They lost to Horn. Then they lost to Longview, Horn, and Legacy. I like back, bam, bam, bam. That's when they was in that crazy district with 6A. Yeah. They actually lost to Lufkin too, and they lost to Rockwall too. And that's when Ennis was playing them. And they played Ennis this year. Yeah. So there you see now. Guess what? They go 5-5, but guess what? They go again the next year, 10-3. Yeah, 10-3. They lose to Cedar Hill. They get absolutely destroyed by Cedar Hill, 57-7, the first game of the season. They beat Lee this year again, 65-21. They lose to Longview, of course, 41-13. They go to the playoffs and they lose to guess who? Guess who? They lose to the playoffs. Highland Park. That's the game, man. That's what I'm talking about. What's the game I'm talking about?
That's the game. I think that's the game. Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, they beat. Oh, this was the game because Street had that crazy game against Potee. Yep, 44-48.
That's he made that crazy kid.
And I just seen somebody shared that on Facebook about that post. I gotta look at it again.
Yeah, that's why. Shout out to Jennifer Lane, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Jennifer Lane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Lane, all of them. That was this game right here was one of the greatest games.
Javorsky, like with the look,
oh yeah, I remember watching him. Yeah. This Peak game. This was the game. This when I seen when he caught that ball, it was like I had the feeling of the '94 state championship game, and I made a video. It was actually similar how the games turned out. And I got a YouTube video that I did about this, so go watch that. But yeah, straight them in the crazy. He got on.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, gotta go. I'm gonna find him after this. And he got on. Like, he literally got on ESPN, just like UT. You got Mossed. Randy Moss talking about Tyler. Like, that was crazy. So yeah, that year, that was a great year, right? And then we go here, and that was a 10-3. Guess what they go next year? Guess what they do next year? 3-8. They go 3-8. I'm not gonna say they ain't make the playoffs. I don't think. Then they go 2-7, as you know, and they go 6-5, but they make the playoffs. But yeah, that was the Eli year, and now 2-7 again. So now you think that's what. So all the point is like, what's been happening? They have these real great seasons. They gonna run through a whole 11-2, 12-1, whatever, and then they have a kind of a okay, it's gonna get good. Okay season, 7-4, 8-4. Lose in the fourth round or something. And then they have another big run off year, lose by 1 or 2 games. Then they have another with Holmes. So that's what Holmes has been doing. But now it's been like bam, 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 bam. So what I'm saying is his right to get things turned around. I think that time is kind of. I'm not confident on that, but I think this time has ran out to where it's like it's got to be some type of change. Offensive coordinators, staff, trainers, whatever, something's got to change to where, because this is not like a JT team to have those type of years and just down, down, down. Because if you keep going down there, Derek Rush, his worst season was 1-9 actually. Golly.
That's what you know. I think about that 1-9
I was
season.
there. I don't remember. Honestly don't remember it was Rush though. I thought it was all Ratliff. Well, I guess it was. I was at these all these games. I don't remember. I thought Rush had like a bunch of good seasons, but I guess so. I remember the 1-9 seasons. I just didn't remember it was Rush. Yeah, then I know Brooks, Thomas Brooks. He went 4-7 before Rush came in. But no, Thomas Brooks came in. Russ was the quarterback in 04, 05 too. 04, 05, '06, and then '07 is Brooks, and then '08 is Rush. How did Brooks come in for 1 year? Then I thought he was like 3 years. I don't know. Yeah, they must have got this 04, '05 wrong. It's got to be Rush Brooks for these next 3 years. Yeah, so he went 4-7 his last year anyway. But like I said, man, there's a lot still got to change. Some of the kids, the practice, the way they practice. I don't think a lot of these kids are really trying. I don't think a lot of these kids are really out there just wanting to play right now. And then, like I said, there's favoritism on the team. So I think it's got to be bring in a whole somebody, maybe a defensive coordinator, some guy, just a guy, trainer, whatever, that can come in and do something different. Like, okay, y'all, this is how we're gonna do this. Maybe somebody just coaches the practices different. Maybe just let somebody coach the practice, like this one guy from somewhere else coach. But now I've heard things. Uh, some of the guys on the forum and a lot of the guys on the forum, like guys from Longview, so they're like, JT should look at this coach out in Arkansas who's been having a good year. I forgot his name. I forgot what team he played, but some high school team. And like, because I think Longview did this and went, or somebody, or Gilmer or whatever, and they went to Arkansas for this. I think it was Arkansas, Alabama, or whatever, and got this coach. And like if they Tyler ISD whatever could go and get one of these coaches from out of state and started getting like alumni, maybe things to be trained. Maybe that's what they need to do. Just don't get alumni. Just try something from out of state. Somebody just different. And then, yeah, as you know, Tyler High, we really hadn't. Have they ever had a white coach? This is be real. Like they haven't really had. They've never had a white head coach. That I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure back in the '60s and '70s. But since I've been watching high school, it's been Allen Wilson, and that's it. That's the color. Bam, 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 bam. Right, right. So maybe that's the change. Maybe put us this go kind of versatile, find bring all types of ethnicities in. Maybe that's the change. Maybe because you can see John King. Look at King? King. They call for King's job, and this guy is like literally hardly ever loses. And Longview was calling for his job when they were still going to the playoffs. And look at them now. They won state. Yeah, and he still is going strong, right? So I don't. It's a lot of things that got to be changed, but I think, like I said, looking at them scare these scores, it seems like it's just the effort ain't there no more. It seems like they're just kind of just going with the motions. The staff, the players, everybody thinking like somebody got to come in here and just bring a spark back to like okay, because I think they're getting used to the same thing. Okay, they kind of used. They know what the coach Holmes gonna do. They know how he is. They know what he about. So they know they're not worried about much. I think that's what they got to do is bring a little spark and change some things up. But that's what I think. I'm bringing CJ here and let him know what y'all know, what he got to say. And yeah, I know I probably makes people mad. I might have rambled a little bit, but hey, it's the last episode for JT. We got to talk about it.
Hey, y'all. I like how Rob said that in the end. You gotta let some things unravel during this last episode because this, in a way, this is gonna be like a season recap. But we're not gonna go game by game. I can easily give y'all. Well, let me shoot y'all the point scored by each team because you got a shutout in there, which was one of Tyler High's wins, and then you got a team scoring 23 points, and them are the two worst teams in the district. Them are your two wins right there. When you finish with a 2-8 season and you miss the playoffs, and of course it was a very disappointing season. This season really flew by though. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna get that out. It seemed like yesterday we was doing episode 1, episode 3, and all that. Now this is the episode recapping the last game of the season. Of course, y'all know the deal with Forney, and I'm gonna get into I'm a piggyback off what Rob said. I'm gonna give my thoughts on that the whole coaching situation. But let me say this. Well, let me go. I go on and get on the coaching thing right now. This is my thought. I would agree that in a way you have to look at this like me. I look at things in so many layers, right? This one has a lot of layers because I'm glad Rob gave y'all a rundown year by year, just going over recent history of John Tyler High football, whatever you want to call it. And what's interesting is, see, the thing about it is when you look back, it's like, man, Tyler High been knocking at the door of a state championship appearance, let alone a state championship and appearance. State semifinal, state semifinal, state semifinal. And then you got the year I can't get around the year when they had the lead against they had the 35-13 whatever lead against Highland Park third quarter. And that's a team I didn't even expect to get 4 rounds deep or whatever. I didn't expect them to probably barely get 2 rounds deep. But they had Highland Park, they had them. And you let them off the hook. We had them, let them off the hook, right? So it's like, man, and I I have to give good coaching to that. I mean, they obviously had this team prepared because the team had talent. The teams have always had talent. Now, the, the team recently that had when it was Keaton Crawford and everybody else, no disrespect, when it's Keaton Crawford a bust, that's kind of like a head scratcher. Like, damn. Well, some of that we didn't have no quarterback play. Let's just be honest, right? No disrespect, but let's just call it what it is, right? You got to call this thing like you see it. It's just like Cowboys fans, any other fans, if something lacking, you got to call it like you see it. That's just what it is. That's why a lot of people hate Cowboy fans now because they just go, hey, look, we going to win the Super Bowl, whatever. We don't care about what you're talking about. And and people don't like that because they say Cowboys fans are delusional, right? But anyway, back on this. So the conflict is you look at Coach Holmes, he has a winning record overall. It's not like barely over 500, I don't believe. But the thing, and it's like, but you look when you step back, the one thing I can agree on some people is, well, I wouldn't say they would need a different voice in the locker room. I just think I'm gonna just put the stamp. I'm gonna put that C word on it. There has to be some kind of culture switch in there because what we just seen these 10 games, this ain't it, right? This is not it, and I'm being modest. The defense 40, give it up 40 something, 40 something, 50 something, 50 something. They can't stop a nosebleed. It seems like most of these games, and ironically, the last game of the season ended how the season started. Either even one game looked worse than the other one probably. But the bottom line is, just like I saw it 2 to 3 games into the season, because like I said, the first game against Marshall, this one game, let me see how it goes. I saw the lead, and I just saw overall, I just like, man, they cannot stop this run. And I don't know, can they fix it when they get the district? Will it take a bye week for them to turn around? I'm talking about, I need to see how you're going to play not against the West Mesquite and the North Mesquite, against the Lancaster, against the Longview. How you gonna play against the Lufkin? And what did I didn't see no improvement. I saw no improvement. I just saw moments. And with moments, what do you get? A 2-8 season. Moments. Moments of not winning football. Moments. That doesn't sound consistent to me. And I use moments because moments or offensive drive stalling when you should be putting points on the board because there's so much talent on offense, and you handcuffing your defense even more. And I was listening to this game against Forney. I'm like, the defense right back on the field. They can't stop Forney now. So they can't stop Forney, and now they wore out because the offense can't sustain drives. Right? That's it. That's it. It's that simple. Cause and effect. It's that simple. And it seemed like the Jackrabbits, hence the name. The speed was getting to Tyler High, and they just they couldn't stop the bleeding. And next thing you know, it's what was it, 36-6 at halftime or something like that. That's what it is. And it's just so you have what's it? You have no choice but to look back at something gotta change. You don't know. But of course people are just saying just throw the whole thing away. Now, of course, definitely that's gotta be a one and done with whatever got to be done on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, the coach got to. That's not Tyler High football. That's not even close. That's you know things change in life, but it's kind of like the Bears, Chicago Bears. Oh, they might not be a good team, but they gonna be respectable on defense at least. You're not gonna have a trash. It's just not in the culture. This goes back 85 Bears and on. This is how they won a Super Bowl with a guy people probably can't even know, don't even know who the quarterback was because he's that quote unquote irrelevant, right? So, and Chicago is known for not having a quarterback. They made it to a Super Bowl with a guy named Rex Grossman, right? So, and of course they wasn't winning because the other team had a guy, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, in Peyton Manning. Y'all might have heard of him, right? So I'm just saying though, the culture has to change. It has to change. It's bottom line. I don't look, and I'm a. All we can do is sit back. What's gonna happen during the spring? What's gonna happen? People are looking at. Look, I don't know if people gonna start making petitions or something. It's something we don't know. All I know is they switched defense coordinator, and it got worse. Like that's the thing about change. Like we're so quick to change things, but the thing is, a change we could get in a worse situation. Now, as some people can probably say that you could probably get in a worse relationship, you can get in a worse living situation. I don't know. But that's why I'm real hesitant on change with certain things because we look, because man, hey, they say it's hard to win the NFL, but man, look, sports is supposed to be all about competition. So if the team is competing every year, if you're competing for a district championship every year, and I know how fans are quick to, one play they could be like, dang, they just so impatient. They want that first, they want that. Oh well, Tyler Jones hit that bomb to McFall. Oh, it's a good sign early in the game, and that's all you heard from Tyler. Well, yeah, you're gonna get patient, get in the third quarter. Like, damn, still 6 points. You got all this offensive talent. Something's going on that side of the ball. Cause we've seen bad play calling all season. We saw it all season. I ain't even I briefly got to the offense side of the ball, but there's issues. There was issues over there. The talent ain't the issue. You got a problem that you think is real fixable on offense. I don't know what you gonna fix on defense. I don't know. Like I said, I still don't know to this day if people they're out of position because all I know is the runners are getting to the second and third level so quick. You know, you hold your breath if they get to the defensive line, and that's most of the season. So I'm not understanding. Then I see other teams they right where they need to be, just can't get the dang. And then I'm seeing, it's times I'm be like, damn, do they got 11 players on defense or do they got six? I don't know. Damn, I know it's more than. I know it's 11 out there. I'm pretty sure it's 11, but that's how bad the defense is looking. It's very sad. Like Okay, the other team got 15 players on offense, and they got 9, and that's why they're getting blown off the ball. This is 11 versus 11, y'all. 11 versus 11, and it's ridiculous. So you know, and I said it on the when Al 100 was on the episode on the last episode. I said I've said it multiple times. I believe defense, a part of it is a want to. You gotta want to attack. You gotta want to hit somebody. You gotta want to. Enough of this. We gonna we They're not gonna run it down their damn throats. Now if you gonna beat us straight up, you gonna beat us straight up. As Longview more physical, they more. But you gotta get physical. Yeah, and that's why I call the Longview game a pride game. Yeah, I know on paper they're a better team. They've been playoff. They've been in playoff mode for a while now. They just playoff ready. So you know, and they was taking, and that's why they ended the season undefeated. So, but I gotta see, what I'm saying? You gotta see some fight. You know what I'm saying? You see the bleeding start early, but you don't see the bleeding getting slowed down. Now that's the team slow it down. They like, oh, we can easily score 70 tonight or 80, but I mean that's why the community is frustrated. They're disgusted with what they just seen on display, whether they was at Rose Stadium or at a away game, and they got to travel and see a butt cutting. So, but that's what support does, and they'll continue to get supported. We'll continue to support them, but look, everybody in that locker room, the people that's over hiring the staff or overseeing all that, they know that's unacceptable with Tyler Hoffa. It's unacceptable. Now I can't talk for a Tyler legacy or whatever. This is Cujo football. You see John Tyler or Tyler High on the schedule. Let me just say, John. You see John Tyler on the schedule. You be like, that's the game. Yeah, we got it. Yeah. Now team this season licking their chops because it's like shit. They can't stop the run. So yeah, we gonna do. we gonna unless we the uh unless we the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of high school football, or we the St. Louis Rams of high school football, we want to throw the hell out of the damn football and not run it, because that's what we do, and we get exposed. Yeah, but other than that, Hance, McKinney, North, Lufkin. I'm naming playoff teams. Longview. What's the other one? Forney. What do they all have in common? They could run the damn football. They against Tyler High, they ran it down their throat. And the team in blue or white couldn't do a damn thing about it. So that's the season in a whole. And so, and Rob made the point, like I say, we don't ever want to ruffle no feathers, but we had a platform, and we're basically saying what the community is saying. This is what they saying. You know, I see a guy on my timeline. I ain't gonna say his name, but he gives his thoughts every week, and he's saying it out of passion. I'm like, yeah, he's going in a little bit too, but I mean, you know, he's a fan. He just calling it what like he see. Oh, they run the same play. They doing this. On top of not playing it, the defense ain't showing up. They showed up against West Mesquite. I mean, that was it's hard for me because Tyler High wasn't a great team this season, a good team. Was that a bye week for Tyler High? I can't, you know, two two teams with a combined 2 wins or 3 wins. I know they didn't win a district game, West Mesquite. I can't remember if they won or not. They might have won one non-district. Whatever. But the team had 2 or 3 wins combined to end the season. So let that sink in. But anyway, I can put in perspective with stats from the last game of this 2022 season for Tyler High. Of course, the passing game was anemic for Tyler High. Tyler Jones, and we're glad to hear that he's doing well. He got taken off the field. I think they took him to the hospital, but as reported, after the game, he was doing well. I think he got to go home. He was doing well, so that's great news because we don't, a young athlete, we don't want anything bad to happen to him and whatnot. So that's a good deal. And like I said before, Tyler Jones, and I was thinking about it during the game, love his athleticism. Of course, we know what things kind of hindered him from going. It's just a decision making, but and I know he was a senior. He's a senior, and I wish it would have went better for him the whole season. And sky's the limit. I want him to keep his head up, keep pushing because, hey man, great talent. The talent is there. A lot of people don't even have that talent. You know what I'm saying? It's just things you got to tweak. Just like a young Jabraylon Williams, who's a sophomore into his sophomore year, he came in and did 6 for 14, 49 yards. So but like I said, Forney was already on the attack. I believe what they have. Forney, they had their rushing stats was up there, right? Look, I don't have it, but everybody, you got Espinal. Espinal, he had 7 for 93. You had Javion Osborne, 9 carries, 85 yards. Jaden Brown, 11 for 57. You know, so I mean, everybody was getting something against Tyler High, and it's just like I said, it started ugly quick, and it just escalated from there. The receiving for Tyler High, Derek McFall had the long touchdown catch. His total was 4 catches, 66 yards. Jadavion Lacey, 3 catches, 29. Ashad Walker, who was ascending. I saw the talent, and he getting more and more targets. I can see why, getting more and more targets. So I know my eyes wasn't deceiving me. Is that what we call it? So he had 2 catches for 25 yards, and then Jermichael Cooper chipped in 2 for 12. So offense really couldn't generate nothing. Defense, you know, did what it do. So which was nothing, not much of nothing. So it was a sad case on a Thursday night. Game got moved up, of course. So yeah. So Forney showed what they do. They had a good. I think they finished 8-4 last year, including the playoffs, and I think they finished the regular season at like 7-3 this year. So definitely a very sound, legit opponent. So one you can't sleep on. So what are we looking forward to? I think we basically it's going to be interesting for next year because defense you didn't have really no big names. You had some people making some plays. I would constantly see number 88. Can't remember his name at the moment. I apologize. I hate when I can't remember the name. But we're gonna look and see who's gonna make the splash on defense as we're looking forward towards next season. Let's see who's gonna make the splash next year. Offensive still, you're gonna lose some people. Yeah. The good thing is Jabraylon Williams done got it more than his feet with. I guess he's gonna be coming in a junior year. You got McFall coming back. He should get the ball. He should definitely get the ball more, and I believe he will because he will be more of a feature. As you lose a Montreal Wade, I believe Jadavion Lacey was a senior. Um, but you got some people. I mean, I like I said, overall though, I enjoy seeing the talent. Yeah, Potts. I think Potts was a senior too, which sucks. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all, I would check this, but you can comment if I met. We apologize. Just put in the comment section your thoughts overall. Just anything we say, put in the comment section. Cause, like I said, these seasons fly by fast, man. And it's like now we just gonna be watching some high school playoff football. Shout out to the teams that made. Of course, you're gonna hear some Chapel Hill, Kia. You gonna hear about Chapel Hill, but I'll shout out to Kia, Go Van, Gilmer. And Longview. I can't hardly say Longview. I ain't trying to hate. That's just a sound. Hey, they just line up and they hit you in the mouth and they do what they do. So you know, and they in 5A. They can be in the 6A bracket and do what they do. Yeah. I'm sure the Alitos got something to say about it. I'm just naming some teams. The Alitos, the Denton Ryans got something to say about it, and There's a lot of quality teams in Texas. Period. You gonna you gonna earn this sucker. I done seen some teams benefit. I'm like, man, they didn't have a harder road than so and so. But hey, you play who you play in the playoffs. Whoever next up, you handle your business because you get 4 or 5 rounds deep, even 3 rounds. You playing some. If you playing around Thanksgiving, you playing some damn good football. That's what they say, and that's just what it is. So we'll see who playing on Black Friday, and yeah. But so let me before I move on and wrap this up. Of course, I got a shout out to the Tyler High community overall. Shout out to the people that really support. Y'all know who y'all are. I ain't gotta get no names. I mean, hey, that blue and white man, it's bled. It's just it's just bled so heavy, man. I'm the spirit is there. You know, that's like I said. This ain't just something we're accustomed to seeing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely something that should throw it in the trash. We don't want to see it no more. The dump truck, the trash truck come dump that down. We don't want to see that ever again because it was just so many things that you shake your head to this season. That's just what it is, and we don't want to really call nobody out on but everybody got to hold each other accountable, right? Because coaches got to coach, players got to play. That's the bottom line. That won't change, and that's just preparation. So, because the talent is there, I know the offense was loaded. Defense, I used to name some names, but I don't know if it's because they didn't make enough plays or what. But you know, the heart, right? The heart. I'm not saying nobody had any heart, but name or no name, Cujo. That it's a heart thing. It's a pride thing. That leads to a lot of W's. Not a team that teams when they finna play you, they licking their chops because they know what they can do against you, and you are not gonna stop it. So, and that resulted in the blowout losses for Tyler High. So, man, we can't wait to do this again because we gotta talk about Tyler High football number one. But it's always great to talk about. If I get to talk about a Chapel Hill playoff game, especially when I was there in person last year against Kilgo. It's good. I don't know the players like I know Tyler High because I'm in debt with these. I'm following these people for game in and game out, juniors and seniors. So, but Tyson Berry, I know what I say. They need to keep getting him the ball. Obviously, they don't take a rocket scientist. Then you got Ricky Stewart who showed what he could do, and I think he had 130 some yards rushing in the district championship game against Kyogo, where they got the district championship, of course. So he's only a sophomore, so you know this was coming because he showed you what he could do as a freshman. Look at how I gave that Chapel Hill plug, but also shout out to Shantae. She knew Shantae Marie. Shout out to you, Charlene Banks. Shout out to you, Mr. Kevin. You my homie. Shout out to you. Good luck to y'all. Good luck to Chapel Hill for real. I want to see him get back to state, and I was rooting for him last year. I applaud I applaud the community, right? How y'all follow? I see how y'all follow that team. But let me give some shout outs though. I gotta give some shout outs to anybody who I didn't give a shout out to that really deserves it. I really apologize. This is one reason why I love showing the love. Hey, I even posted on Facebook. You know who I support. Whatever. A lot of people I support more than they support me. It ain't a competition, but I'm just saying. It's about what's in your soul. But shout out one of the best artists there is. Shout out to Ro Tarantino who did his thing at the Halloween event with Bebe and Empire. Shout out to him. we always been rocking, man, and he always show love. Shout out to Pops Johnson. Y'all handling y'all business. I can't wait to hear the new album. 'Cause we was talking on the phone, and I was like, man, hey, Ro Tarantino ain't never disappointed me. It took me one song, and I was telling people, and everybody got on board. And now people come up to me asking, who is that? Who is that guy in the dreads? Who is that? Because they see the image, they see the energy, and they see just he just got it as an artist, man. It's just raw talent. Shout out to Mount Pleasant, Texas, though. But yeah. Also, I got another shout out though. I know I got one more shout out though. I got one more though. I got to shout out two of my classmates that just got married. Like the paint wet just got married this weekend. Shout out to Miss Candy Jackson, who is now Miss Candy Holder. Shout out to Charles Holder, my classmates. They've been rocking for a minute. Salute to y'all, and I wish y'all the best. Y'all been rocking for a long time, and I wish y'all the best in this new journey for real, for real. By the way, Charles Holder, one of the best jump shooters I ever played with. So I gotta say that. So, and also, shout out to everybody that listened to the podcast. Shout out to everybody that came up to me in person or sent me a message talking about the podcast, that follow it, that listen, all that. Because hey, it's a lot of people out there that don't believe in you. But the thing about it is, we don't have to do this. We want to do this because it's the passion, and somebody got to do it. So why not somebody that can throw that knowledge out there and also entertain y'all? But that's all Rob though. He entertain. Oh yeah, and shout out to the Black Queens out there. I could give a lot of shout outs personally, but just shout out to the Black Queens. I'm gonna keep it like that. And yeah, seemed like yesterday was week 1. Now it's after week 10, and we gotta go back and grind and do what we do. Hey, the show goes on, but we gotta close the door on Tyler High football for now. So let's see what change we see. The last thing I'll say is they looking to change. Election day is Tuesday. They looking for change. Well, it's gotta be some election, some change in this Tyler High football situation because next year it should be competing. I don't know how the district gonna change. I don't know if it's gonna stay the same. But Tyler High, aka Cujo, should be competing for a district championship. Bottom line, and that's what it is. That's what we expect. So salute to everybody. Y'all have a good rest of y'all semester, students. Get that grind in for spring ball. Let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna. I gotta shout out this to everybody who made this podcast interesting. Uh, Shout out to all y'all said, all the kids that play. We know I play football, so I know how it is when things go good, things go bad. Having losing teams. Uh, but me and Trappy, I think. See, when I was in school, Trappy, we was pretty good though. We had some big like. Another thing, kids don't look as big as they used to. But back in my days, my team, my eighth grade team, football team looked like a damn NFL team. Like dudes are big. Like seem like the kids ain't as big as they. But anyway, shout out to everybody who just all the people that I want to shout out here. Like for my people that listen all the time, Matt, Breezy, D Money. Shout out to Jeremiah. I'm pretty sure he don't listen, but me and him been through so much. All y'all, all over there, and everybody over there at the place that I'll talk about the job that made this podcast interesting for the next like half, the second half of this podcast when I started going back and all of that. Shout out to all of them. Yeah, girl number 1, girl number 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, girl number 1 and 2. Y'all kind of made it interesting because my chronicles with y'all made it was some interesting. Now I'm waiting for the next week, the next year, and I think one of them. I'm for sure both of them. One of them will be back. I think girl number 1 She's been saying she's gonna be back for sure. I don't know about girl number 2. Maybe, maybe not. But I know it's gonna be some. It's gonna be some more. So it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and I gotta keep the content. Gotta keep rolling. If they ain't on board, I'm gonna tell y'all more story about everything, and I'm gonna tell you everything who talk about me. And I wish that Mr. Ladies Man that talked about me came out the last week, but they left him off the schedule and everything. I was like, boy, I had words for that nigga. I was just gonna get that nigga. Me and D Money was gonna talk on the aisle, and so I was gonna say stuff, and he was not gonna know. Well, he probably wouldn't know. I don't care. We were gonna talk about this nigga like right in front of his face without him knowing that we was talking about him. Like literally, I just had it ready for him, but didn't work out the way. So right to next year, y'all. And like I said, Chopper Hill, they played Livingston. I didn't say much about Chopper Hill, but Chopper Hill took off. After that first game, everybody was like, wow, Chopper Hill is not as good as they used to be. And then after that, they just took off after the third game. The third game, they took off. And I think they haven't lost the game since. Yeah, and so they are going to be in Lufkin playing Livingston on a Friday and Thursday. Damn, I forgot. Well, my schedule's free anyway, so damn. Thursday, you sure Thursday? I know I should have. Like, why do they keep one of these Thursday games?
Well, some playoff games gonna be on Thursday, like a few.
Yeah. Well, damn. I want to go with damn. I still might go. I know you probably won't be able to go on Thursday though. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure they do show them on NHSF whatever network. They show them on that. They show the games on there, so I might watch it on there. That's another thing I might, if I had my streaming is fast enough, I might go back to doing that again. For those who want to watch the game, I went back yesterday and saw my stream against the Lancaster when JT played Lancaster, and when the JT played Highland Park, and I streamed it on my YouTube channel. I had like 400 something viewers and stuff. Like I was like, dang, I wish I would have got monetized when I had all that. But yeah, I look back at that and I shared the whole, and like everybody was on there, and I want to do that again. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Till next week, I'm gonna be talking about some. You're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear me. So this is done with it. The podcast, the No Huddle podcast for JT. The season is over for JT, but you're gonna hear me, and you're gonna keep hearing my podcast. You hear CJ, you're gonna hear CJ. Probably you might hear some more people. You might hear the girl number. You might even see girl number 1, number 2. You won't know after this next week. You never know what's gonna. You're not gonna know what's gonna pop off next week, because today starts my journey to doing some making good content in my missions. So today we're finna hit this. I'm pretty sure. I think we're going to Sensations tonight. You do okay. So yeah, I might have some stories for next week, y'all. And that's shout out to one person. I want to make sure I shout out her because I want her to hear this. I want to hear this. I want her. Once she hear this, shout out to my friend Nikki. I also want to hear this because shout out to her because I just want to shout out because I want to shout out to her. Shout out to all the POH divas and all the POH too, but shout out to Nikki because Nikki is great. You know Nikki, don't CJ. You don't know that. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah. The Nikki's great. This Nikki's great. Friends, all of them. They good for Nikki, her, and shout out to Juanita still stood me up. She ain't remember we saw her last week. She stood me up. But I'm shout out to Juanita because she ain't. I'm shout out to her. I'm shout out to Natasha. I shouted her out before. I think she you know what? She told me the dude that was with her that was like a cousin. I think it was a dude. I seen a picture with them. I know my cousins, even though I got distant cousins that are really cute, but I would not be holding my cousin like by the waist like that. Like, so I was like, wow, come on, girl, you could have told me that. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, man, we out here, man. We out here. Peace.